was a coyote right there, and I heard a chicken in distress down here. Over the past few weeks, we've been losing chickens. All right, guys, we got us a major problem on the homestead. So we're not exactly sure what's going on, but we've been taking some pretty hard hits from some sort of a predator. At first, we thought it was an owl. Maybe it still is, or maybe it's something more. Just a few days ago, friends blessed us with beautiful lights for the house.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah,
that is so pretty.
But on the way home, a split-second swerve on a bridge shattered our mirror. That close call shook us. And now, a new predator has stepped into the picture. All right, well, when I came out here, there was a coyote right there. And I heard a chicken in distress down here. So I only seen one, and then I clapped like that.
We followed the trail, feather after feather, all the way into the woods. It was clear the coyote had come closer than we ever imagined.
All right, come on. Come on, let's go.
Let's find it.
Look, so there's a white chicken. Here's a gray chicken. We just came through here when we lost the chicken the first time. They're coming down into here and snagging our chickens that are coming down into here. So we're gonna have to figure this one out, because that's evidence of two chickens right there. So that chicken, that white one right there, is probably the one that was just attacked. Because I heard a chicken in distress down here, and now there's no chicken. And I seen a coyote over there. So it was probably more than one coyote. Look at that right there. This looks like two chickens. All right, Lucas, come on.
All right, you guys, this is terrible news. I don't even know how many chickens we've lost. And the storm's on the horizon back there.
Storm?
Yeah.
I know, it kind of worries me a little bit about our roof.
All right. Facing more things, y'all.
Yeah. All right, well, that's at least evidence of 4 more chickens. 2 there and 2 down there. So we can look forward to missing, it looks like 3 white chickens and a gray chicken. I'll guarantee it, they're not done. They're on a frenzy down here killing our chickens now.
All right, guys. No time to be sad about it. We got to go on the defensive.
Yeah, well, first of all, we got to see what we're allowed to do as far as coyotes are concerned. We may have to get a upgrade on our hunting licenses too. I think there's something else that sometimes you got to get. We need to see if this storm is going to get us, because I'm going to have to cover that peak up. That's where all our chickens are going. It's a gray one and 3 white ones over there.
All right, guys, I'm putting you up for now. We got to regroup and see what we can do. I got to get some hunting license stuff figured out, I guess. I think there's an extra stamp that you need.
Where's the rooster at for here? He's gone.
I don't see any of the chickens, really. 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of the 14. Now they might be somewhere else here too, unless this is the guy.
It looks pretty thin around here right now. That might be him.
There's one right there too, but
that might be him. He looks bigger.
Stay alive.
I wish we had windows upstairs. That would help some. We regrouped at the house trying to figure out what to do next. By then there wasn't much more we could do. We had to wait until morning. Marcel just went outside. He said that he just seen some more feathers and heard another chicken, so I think we just lost another chicken. We went up in the woods a couple of times already and walked around, and we've been going in and out this whole time, and yet the predators are coming up to the house. They're coming like right up by the house to get our chickens. So I don't know, you guys. I don't know what we're gonna do right now. We've been dealing with this predator for a while now. At first, we thought it was an owl. Now it looks like a coyote, maybe both. Either way, it's hitting us in the afternoons, so we gotta stay on guard while still trying to make progress on the house. The next morning, we tried to shift gears. With the heat wave pressing in, mornings are the only time we can get work done. Marcel grabbed the first piece of trim, but that coyote was still on our minds.
Hey guys, if you're enjoying our content, make sure you give us a big thumbs up. Bam-a-llama, baby. Jump on board with us and subscribe. And then let us know you're here with us. You feel me? All right, let's get back after this.
All right, you guys, so we are out here this morning early. Sun's barely coming up over the trees over there. Bama-llama, baby. All right, so we are out here getting ready to do some more roof stuff. Marcel's gonna teach me some things this morning. Huh, babe?
That sounds fun.
One of the challenging things in a relationship is learning new things together. Well, Marcel already knows what's going on here.
Kind of partially bend this down. We'll pick a number. We'll check our panel and see. I think they're like 1 inch. So we'll probably come back like 1 inch and then we'll bend some tabs. But we want to do this correctly. So this piece right here, we'll just make it for right here. It's our very first piece. Right here. We'll start right here on this side. This would be considered the northwest corner. Yeah, so you want to make sure that you're doing this correctly. All right, if you're going to pre-cut it before you install it, you probably should understand how it goes together a little bit, yeah? So it's pretty basic and simple. It will go just like this. Bama-llama, that's what it's going to look like on the side of our house. So if this is the top, that's the bottom because it goes right here. So we know that we'll treat this like the top, and this is the face. Easy enough. I might just move right over here and get out of the sun, but that's at least 1 inch. I could go down further. It's a pretty big leg, but the panel's 1 inch. So this will hang down at 1/2 inch below the panel. So we'll just go 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. The most critical part right here is going to be making sure this don't stick out too far past the roof and that we bend this correctly. Yeah? Piece by piece, we work together. Not fast, not flawless, but progress all the same. They're called aviation snips. They're left and right. So when you cut, it cuts like scissors, see? So this is the one that gets pushed up or this way. So if you don't want to bend a good piece or the good side, you want to make sure that you're cutting it. Plus, like, if I wanted to try to cut this peak, look at how hard that is. See how hard that is? I can't even get to it. But if I cut from this side, now I can get it. But if I put my reds in there and try to do that, look, now it's the other side. So I'd have to come to this side and cut it there. This specific one, what we'll do is we'll notch it out just a little extra bit because this is going to get bent. I don't want to see that curve when I'm done. So what I'll do is just do this right here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, these ones are kind of garbage. The grains are junk too. Maybe. We're just going to bend this in. I'm going to use the big benders here because it's the only ones I can find. You know what I mean? Doesn't need to be bent in too far. Bend the other side. Yeah, let's bend this other side first. Do you know why?
Because you want that lap to be underneath.
Exactly, because of watershed. So that this is the top, we want it to shed over top. Be honest with you, I really wish we just had like a box stand, because what ends up happening here is that stays open. Llama llama, baby. We want to be excited about getting this roof done, but the coyote has almost all of our attention. We can continue to push through with the project step by step, but we're really not focused and we're really not enjoying what we're doing. We're going to have to deal with this coyote one way or the other. But until then, we're going to continue to take the steps that are required to get our roof completed, because we have more than just coyotes that threaten our livelihood. It's also the rainstorm on its way.
It's surprising how much cooler it is in the shade, but it is like 20 degrees cooler in the shade, you guys. Bama llama, baby. So we got a couple of more pieces to shape into place because we have two ends. Each end takes two pieces.
These are the reds, see?
Two rings, one vow. Kitchen table dreams scribbled in the sink. Bills piled high, but the faith ran deeper. She was the dreamer, he the believer. Roads got rough, tires wore thin. Every mile marker felt like a win. Chasing the horizon, a shadow of gold. A story unfolding, bold and untold. Ride or die through the storm and the fire. Dreams on our backs, hearts never tire. Side by side we rise, we climb. Chasing horizons, one step at a time. He said, baby, the world's heavy, but you're my light. She said, we're the canvas, we paint the fight.
Alright, you guys, we just gotta drill some holes and then we're gonna get these pieces.
Nothing. We're gonna get these pieces nothing. Then I gotta cut all of those panels back.
And then
I gotta get those boards out of there somehow that I forgot out here.
so those are the steps.
Well, yeah, they're gonna be my steps. I'm not even gonna put this up on the roof until I get that. We race in the heat, fighting the heat right now, and the coyote threat, which is very serious because they literally came down and took a chicken while I was standing out here and while Doggo was out here.
Yeah, so we are on like high stress level right now, or we got to leave the house here this afternoon because we need some supplies and chicken food.
Yeah, so we have to leave no matter what. All right, so this is what we got done so far, guys. We prefabricated the ends, nipped them, cut the little bird mouths, bent them over. Okay, so what we did, and I hate it. I'm just gonna say that I hate it. I wish I would have done something different, and when we do the gutter, I will do something different. No doubt about it, because I hate this little gap right here. That's ugliness. And the only way to avoid that gap is to cut all of this out and just make my own end cap, which is probably what I'll do. But this'll help us for now. And I'll stuff some pookie up in there, blob of pookie or something, and keep it closed off for now, but I don't like that. I am afraid it's starting to get too hot to get up on the roof as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fabricate. We've already fabricated the 4 ends. We marked, laid out and marked all of the holes. We're going to pre-drill all the holes. We're going to do that for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is it's a whole lot easier to reach from the roof around the outside and put a screw in if that screw's not walking up and down the piece of trim. So that hole acts like a guide. So you just poke it in there and bam, you don't have to worry about your screw tap dancing all over the panel or all over, because it's difficult, right? Because you're going to be screwing through and then into the wood and all that stuff. So it just makes it better. Plus, we pre-drill it because it's going to be uniform. That's very important to us. It can't just be sporadic like I kind of did on the drip edge. I really regret that. What I'll end up doing is regretting that forever until we change it. But I'm not going to continue that mistake. As long as I'm hitting it in the center, you'll never notice from here to here, right? So you're either going to see this line and it's going to be uniform, or you'll see this line and it's going to be uniform. I'm going to do a little bit more research. The end that attaches to the wall, 1 foot centers, is perfectly fine. I don't know if that's good for the roof. Maybe it is, because the ridge cap only hits just the top of the rib, so every foot is a screw. So this theoretically should be just as good every foot. But what can happen is you can get some of this, right? And then that pookie can get hot and spread, and then water can get in there. So if it looks like we're getting a bunch of the oil cannon, then we'll probably, with whatever screws we have left, go back in and put an additional screw in between each one. Then it'll be way more than I want. I would have rather done it every 8 inches, but we running with what I got going on right now.
2 rings, 1 vow, they sealed it in ink. Kitchen table dreams scribbled in the sink. Bills piled high, but the faith ran deeper. She was the dreamer, he the believer. Roads got rough, tires wore thin. Every mile marker felt like a win. Chasing the horizon, a shadow of gold. A story unfolding, bold and untold. Ride or die through the storm and the fire. Dreams on our backs, hearts never tire. Side by side we rise, we climb. Chasing horizons, one step at a time. He said, baby, the world's heavy, but you're my light. She said, we're the canvas, we paint the fight. Late night whispers, plans in the dark, turn to battle cries, igniting the spark. Pawned a gold chain to fuel the tank. She strummed 6 strings, sang for the bank. They built a house on hope and grit, tore down the walls when fear tried to hit. Bruised hands, blistered feet, every fall a new heartbeat. Whisper said quit, but they shouted no. The seeds of tomorrow they chose to sow. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do this the same way, 1.5 inches. It's a lot hanging down. It is a lot hanging down.
Ride or die through the storm and the fire. Dreams on our backs, hearts never tired. Side by side we rise, we climb. Chasing horizons, one step at a time.
Who taught you metalwork?
Well, I started learning it first with Dad. That was the first metal buildings I worked on. But, so that's where it started with Dad and some other contractors. And then I was just lucky enough to work with some pretty cool dudes that all knew how to put metal buildings together real good. Lots of them were I'm related to. Not all of them, though. And then, of course, just doing it. I learned a lot of stuff on my own. Had my own business for a while. Had a lot of hard lessons there too. I taught myself to do trim. You know why? Because I didn't want to do the grunt work. This is towards the end right here. This is when you're finishing things up. So you either having to go back and screw off or clean up, or you're doing the trim work. Yeah, it's just like anything else. I like to pick the part where it's more technical. It's a little bit more of a challenge. If we overbend it just a little bit when we put it up there and we pull it back, it'll pull, right? Instead of being pooched out, it'll give us a little bit and we can straighten it out like that, yeah? All right. I'm gonna hate this for the same reason.
So we really should have left yesterday to go do some stuff, but it was too late in the day and we were getting hit left and right.
Yeah, yesterday was the day we discovered what was actually going on. What are our options?
I'll just tell you, yesterday I was really upset and I was ready to just sit outside and wait for them. I don't know what I was gonna do, but I was upset, you guys. It's the hard part of farming, for sure.
So what do we do about it?
I don't know. All right, you guys, so it looks like we're facing a really big problem that we don't exactly know how to deal with.
Right. Well, we don't know how to deal with it in a fashion that we want to, right? There's ways of dealing with this. It's just very difficult for us to wrap our minds around having to proceed this way. Yeah? So if you have any recommendations, make sure you're hollering down below. The unfortunate thing is, these are targets, and we have coyotes. If you've been following along, you know we have coyotes around us all the time. This may not be the first time we've been attacked by a coyote, but this is definitely the first time we've ever been hit on this scale, where they're so brazen that they're coming during the day and snagging our chickens that are just free-ranging. So it may be common to some people, but for us, it's like we feel like we're under attack.
And it may even be a combination of predators still.
Could be, you never know. But what we do know is this is actually the first time we've seen an actual predator that we can identify, and we're finding the spots. So that being said, we're at least heading down the right road, I think. So, I mean, if you see a coyote and your chicken's dead, you might at least consider it to be. But
Right.
we've seen eagles, we've seen hawks. We haven't seen owls yet, but we hear them every morning, every night, every evening. So we're going to address this in a fashion as if we know it is the coyotes for now. And then we'll get back to whatever else we have to if it changes. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right then.
All right, you guys, so we appreciate any recommendations that you guys have, but for now we're going to wrap this one up.
Yeah, it's going to get really, really hot this week, guys. We're going to have a few days of like triple digits, man, or close to it. We're probably going to try to survive. And we're going to take you guys along for the survival of the fittest, or the best air conditioned. That's probably what it'll be.
Yeah.
All right then.
All right, survival this next week. We'll see what's coming.
All right.
All right, you guys, if you enjoy our content, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up.
Bamalama, baby.
Ring that notification bell.
All right, guys. When you do that, they're going to let you know that our content is available for viewing. And I went to the doctor.
Oh, yeah. Be sure to share our videos.
Man, if you do that, you like bless us beyond blessings. You feel me? Our cup runneth over. Thank you.
Yeah. Subscribe if you haven't already.
All right, man. Right now is a perfect time, because if you want us to know that you with us, that number on my subscriber list will go up, and you're going to holler and say, hey, you crazy people out there in Arkansas, we with you.
You filling our cup.
Yeah. All right.
All right, you guys. We love and appreciate you.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Thanks.